Hello everyone, my name is Subramanya. In this video, we are going to look at a situation where Boomi Atom Queue Listener process may fail to retry executions or route failed messages to the dead letter queue as expected. This issue can lead to confusion and potential message loss during process failures or infrastructure disruptions such as network outages or connector errors. In certain scenarios, executions processed through Atom Queue listeners may fail without retrying, will not appear in the dead letter queue, and so some inconsistent behavior during outages or downstream failures. This can happen even when atom queues and dead letter queues are configured, leading to the assumption that Boomi should have retried or routed the failures, but it doesn't. This behavior is often linked to a configuration of a key property in the atom queue listener process. Here I have created a test process where like we can see the start shape as a listener connector, and in the listener operation we can see a property called maximum current executions property. If we set this to 0 or less, the system runs unlimited concurrent listener processes and retries are disabled. Messages are not routed to the dead letter queue even on repeated failures. If we set to greater than 0, the retries are enabled with up to 6 retry attempts. On the seventh failure, the message is sent to the dead letter queue. The system controls concurrency to avoid overload. This setting is crucial because improper configuration can silently bypass error handling mechanisms like retry logic and dead letter queue routing. According to Boomi documentation, if you set this field to a value less than or equal to 0, an unlimited number of Boomi Atom Queue listener processes can be executed in parallel, and messages are not sent to dead letter queue. Additionally, listener processes reserve messages for execution. So even if many messages are queued, only a limited number of messages are processed at a time, depending on available listeners and their reserved slots. To reserve or to avoid this kind of issues, open the Atom Queue Listener process in your Boomi and locate the maximum current executions property, which will be there in the Atom Queue operation, and set it to a value greater than 0. Ideally, start with 1 or 2 and adjust based on performance testing. Review your error handling within the process to ensure expectations are properly caught and surfaced for retry or dead letter queue routing. Avoid setting this number to too high as it could consume unnecessary resources and lead to messaging or memory pressure. Proper configuration of the setting is essential for enabling reliable retry behavior and dead letter queue routing in Boomi. Take time to validate this setting in your listener process, especially if you are implementing queue-based retries or fault-tolerant designs. Thanks for tuning in and stay tuned for more practical Boomi tips and troubleshooting guidance. Thank you for watching this video.